What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you a video today to discuss all of the new leather boots that have recently come out. Leather seems to be making a little bit of a comeback, and with all of these new releases, I figured I would make a video sharing what I consider to be the top 5 leather boots currently on the market. Rules for these top 5 picks are as follows. 1, the shoe has to be current generation, no older models, even if they're still available. 2, it has to be a mostly leather upper, so shoes like the Mizuno Morelia Neo 2, while it does feature some leather on the upper, the majority of the upper is still made from synthetic, so therefore it cannot be on this top 5 list. And 3, I don't remember 3. 3, my picks are my picks based on my own personal preferences. Your preferences and your picks might be a little bit different than mine. If they are, feel free to share them down below in the comments. Also, if you guys enjoyed the top 5 video series on my channel, be sure to support the video with a like. And as always, if you have any suggestions for top 5 videos, leave them down below in the comments. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Also, this list is in no particular order. I always forget to say that. Number 1, and this should come as a surprise to nobody, the ADIDAS Copa Mundial. Now, this is a shoe that has been around forever and for good reason, and it's gonna stay around for a long time because it really is that good. Some of the highest quality kangaroo leather you'll find on any shoe out there, period. The build quality is tremendous. They're still made in Germany. It's fairly well priced as well, and it provides an old school fit, feel, and general vibe that you just can't get from any shoe. Does it have its drawbacks as such an older style shoe in comparison to modern boots, some of which are on this list? Absolutely, they're not very light. It has a little bit of a sloppiness and a general lack of responsiveness that you would get from a more modern boot, but the comfort level, the feel, the experience is kind of what the Copa Mundial is all about. I really strongly feel that if you are a boot enthusiast and you're really into leather boots especially, the Copa Mundial is one of those shoes that you have to own or at least try at least once in your lifetime. Jumping from super old to super new, number 2 on this list is the Nike Tiempo Legend 7, another shoe that nobody should be surprised about. Nike has done a tremendous job over the years at evolving each new Tiempo model, maintaining the softness, the classic traditional kangaroo leather on the upper that is great quality on this model, by the way, but also incorporating all of their latest technologies to improve upon the classic leather boot. And that's really what the Legend 7 does, better than pretty much any shoe out there in my opinion. The internal skeleton support frame, the fit mesh liner on the inside in the forefoot area, the incorporation of Flyknit, which honestly is not a big a deal on this particular shoe, but still pretty cool. The flywire cables, the Flyknit tongue with the one-piece enclosure I really like, and just the general responsiveness that you get from this shoe, given how soft and natural they feel on your feet, is unparalleled by any other model right now. I just said unparalleled a second time in this video, that's pretty good. And then moving on to the stud pattern, this is probably the most aggressive stud pattern you're gonna find from this good of a leather shoe on the market right now. So as an overall package, this is really the ultimate when it comes to combining classic and modern, I guess, performance characteristics all into one boot. Shout out to the Tiempo Legacy 3. It's almost as good as the Legend 7 and $100 cheaper. The made in Japan Mizuno Morelia 2. The Morelia 1, also very good, and even the Indonesian-made variation of the Mizuno Morelia is very good as well, but if you really want the ultimate in outright quality, this is one of very few shoes that can match what you're gonna get quality-wise from something like a Copa Mundial, and really the Made in Japan Mizuno series is known for that. The kangaroo leather is buttery soft on this particular shoe, and in comparison to the Copa Mundial in general, very similar styling with the big fold-over flap tongue. The difference is that this one is pre-flapped, and it has the Velcro, which is really nice, so it stays down much better. And also, this shoe in general has more modern innovation to it in comparison to the Copa. A much more modern shape, a slimmer profile and feel on your feet, and it's also significantly lighter than a pair of Copa Mundials, while still maintaining the more traditional look and of course stud pattern. So again, not for everybody, more of an old school style shoe, but with that little bit of modern tech without losing the old school vibe. Number 4 is another boot from Adidas. It is the Copa 17.1. Shares the name with the Copa Mundial, but really is nothing like the Copa aside from the fact that it is leather. Granted, the kangaroo leather on this shoe, while very good quality, not quite to the same standard that you'll find with the actual Copa Mundial, but still very good and on par with most modern kangaroo leather soccer shoes, plus the majority of the upper is leather. You get this interesting compression fit tongue, which is a thinner material, and really my only gripe with this particular model, but as a whole, it's very comfortable, it offers that nice soft touch on the ball, and it takes the sole plate sprint frame construction from the Ace 17 line, which makes this shoe very, very light and kind of gives it that speed boot-esque element to it while still maintaining the soft kangaroo leather upper. So again, it's kind of an interesting mishmash of modern and old school incorporated into one, and as a package, it works, feels, and performs extremely well. Finally, rounding out the list at number 5, we have another boot from Mizuno, this time the Rebula V1. I'm holding the made in Japan version. There is a much cheaper Indonesian made version as well, and in my opinion, there isn't a huge quality difference between the two. The made in Japan version is better though if you have the extra money. Anyways, what's so great about this shoe is, again, full kangaroo leather and some of the best quality you're gonna find on any shoe. You expect that from made in Japan Mizuno products. You also pay for that. But this shoe has the added unique aspect of the comfort frame internal, skeleton that is a memory foam type material. So you have the memory foam in combination with the very thin kangaroo leather that creates a very interesting touch on the ball that is unique to this particular shoe. The leather is soft, it provides that natural sensation on feet, but you get this really interesting added dampened effect, this sensation of control because of that memory foam base, which, like I said, is unique to this specific shoe, and just a very good sensation in general. The shoe is relatively light, is very comfortable as you would expect from a lot of Mizuno products, and as an entire package, I really, really like the way that this shoe performs. An honorable mention goes to the Nike Premier 2.0. This is a great quality kangaroo leather boot overall. They fit nicely, they're very comfortable. It has cool styling with the fold over flap tongue. The sole plate and stud pattern, very flexible and natural as well. Plus they're priced extremely competitively at $110 full retail. With that said, the reason why it's not on this top 5 list is I would rather have the other 5 shoes over this one. So that's why it's an honorable mention. All right, guys, so that is it for what I consider to be the top 5 leather boots currently on the market. If you're interested in any of the shoes that I talked about in today's video, there will be individual links to the review pages on my website down below in the description, which on those pages, you'll find buy it now links for these products with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to get them below their normal retail prices. If you have any questions for me at all, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. If you guys enjoyed this video, want to see more top 5 videos, be sure to support the video with a like, that'd be great. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.